PEPFAR has been great because it has really provided us with the opportunity to do what we needed to do. It was very, very timely, and the continued support for the PEPFAR programs has been very, very critical. I think all the PEPFAR programs are clearly moving towards trying to ensure that there is long-term sustainability and ensuring that there is ownership within the ministries responsible for health in the PEPFAR countries. So that's a clear move. Do I think that the government will be completely ready to take it over? That's a difficult question for me as an implementer. But what I can say is that clearly they're talking about it and talking about how can we make sure, how can the government make sure that they take adequate responsibility for their citizens and provide for them. And they're talking about where would they get the money from and how can they ensure that that money is available and that the services continue. What I do know is that it needs a very timely and clear transition so that there wouldn't sort of be one day the support is available and the next day the support isn't, because that could cost the lives of many, I think millions of people if you look at all the PEPFAR countries, and that would be a tragedy. But I think a clear transition plan would ensure that the governments who need to take responsibility are able to, and the ministries can take responsibility for providing that care. I believe that those are a concern, especially in countries where they have populations that are aging and growing old. But I did say that in a lot of sub-Saharan Africa right now, the concern is that the younger populations don't even get the opportunity to get to the point where they can develop some of those diseases that he was talking about, the chronic diseases, the heart conditions, and the diseases associated with hypertension or cancer, that many of them are dying of infectious diseases, of diarrhea, of malaria, of complications of HIV. They don't even get the luxury of being concerned about developing a disease when they're much older. That the average age of those who would be considered elderly dropped significantly in sub-Saharan Africa, so that in some places, in some villages, if you do get to 50 or 54, you're definitely one of the luckier people because you're considered one of the elders.